Appreciate it.
Cool, we'll see you guys later.
Yep, and we'll see you in round number 2, heat number 1, I believe.
Yeah, heat number 1.
Okay, so we'll see Mark McCarthy. He's going to go hunt down Ryan Hardy or Amaury Laverne. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the unofficial scores. Andrew Lester winning that heat. Look at that. Really close, honest tail was Jacob Romero. Everybody in the 6-point range in the top 2 slots. Alex Uranga coming up just a little short. I can't blame him, man. He just got off a plane, just got here to Puerto Rico as he had to rebook his flights. Alex Uranga and PLC barely making it to their heat. But Joao Zeke putting on a nice performance but wasn't able to pull it off. Here we are, out the back. Chase O'Leary up and riding in the white jersey. Nice, clean move, but cannot pull it off. A lot of these riders are starting to struggle pulling off these maneuvers in these conditions. The wave has a little texture, has a little bump on it. If you're not getting projected out, chances of you pulling off a maneuver are not in your favor. So out in the water, heat number 7 in red, Jeff Hubbard, and in white, this guy, Chase O'Leary from Australia. In yellow, Thomas Rigby and Jacob Vandervelde from Hawaii in blue. You can see Chase O'Leary going for a move right there, but cannot pull it off. All right, we'll be back right after this.
When it's snowing up north, you could be playing golf right here or here. Choose between the Caribbean or Atlantic. The view is up to you.
We do golf better.
Beaches. We have more than 300 to pick from. There's Flamenco. We think the most beautiful beach in the world, just waiting for you.
We do beaches better.
For 500 years, people have come to Puerto Rico to create memories.
It's about time you discover why Puerto Rico does it better.
Welcome back, everybody. Manny V holding it down here for the Encanto Pro, brought to you by SeaPuertoRico.com. And this is it. We're coming down to the wire. Heat number 7 of 8 of round number 1 in the men's Grand Slam series. And ladies and gentlemen, there has been some serious action going down. These little freak sets keep rolling in, and when the riders are on them, they're throwing backflips, big ARSs, and we've actually seen some really deep barrel rides this morning as well. So a lot of action going down right now, and I'm going to get a little fresh post on our IBA World Tour Facebook page. If you haven't been there, get there now, because every time you hear me say boom, I'm going to put up a post saying where you at. That is your chance to just tell me where you're tuning in from, and those will be the shout outs I'll be giving out all day. So I've said it, it's up there, new post, new fresh post. And as I mentioned, there's like by the 3rd minute, there's like 50 to 70 comments, but I'll get to as many as possible. Right now, out in the water, 26 minutes out of the 30 minutes. Top 2 waves are scored, 15 wave maximum in the water. Jeff Hubbard in the red jersey. In blue, Jacob Vandervelde, fellow Hawaiian. In yellow, Thomas Rigby from Australia and Chase O'Leary from Australia. 2 Hawaiians, 2 Australians. Heat number 7 out in the water. Whew. Man, we got a full day lined up, action-packed. We got Jeff Hubbard currently out in the water, 2-time world champion and 3-time pipeline champion in the red jersey. This guy is phenomenal. Check this out. We do have the winner of the last heat, Andrew Lester, downstairs with Nicole. Nicole, where you at?
With Andrew Lester. Andrew, what do you feel?
Right now, I'm really tired. It was a very close heat, and towards the end of the heat, I caught a wave and fell off, but I had to paddle out really fast to get priority back, and then a wave came straight away, and I had to catch it. So I'm very happy, but very tired.
You changed the situation, the heats, and remaining at 2 minutes. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was really lucky. I got that wave, and I came in, and with 2 minutes to go, there's not enough time to go back out. So I had to just kind of watch on and hope that no one else got a wave. So I was pretty lucky that no one else caught a wave, and I go into round 3.
Okay, say hello.
Yeah, I want to say a big hello to my nephews and nieces, Jake and Jasmine, Harvey, Olivia, Sophie and Alex. I know you're all watching, so I can't wait to see you guys at home. And also all my friends in Cronulla, Chucky and Alex, Leon and all the boys, Emerald. Hi, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Whew.
Congratulations. Back to you, Manny.
Welcome back, everybody. Manny V here, bringing you the live feed from the Encanto Pro, brought to you by cpuertorico.com. With me now is a representative. I'm going to get his name. And you know what? Just tell me your name and who you're representing.
My name is Giancarlos Fernandez. I'm representing the Hotel Costa Dorada Beach Resort here 2 minutes from Middles.
Oh, cool. So when you first saw the structure, the event here, what went through your mind?
Well, it's really awesome. Like, it's a really big event. It's a global event.
Yep.
And I just went outside. The waves are awesome right now.
Yep.
Everybody's tripping, and it's really good.
All right. So your hotel, give the viewers info on your hotel. How many rooms, AC, Wi-Fi, whatever you got going on.
Well, we have the hotels and we have the villas. Costa Dorada, the hotel counts with 52 rooms, and the villas have 50 rooms. In the villas, we have the studios and the apartments. The studios are little rooms with 2 beds. The apartments are bigger rooms with living room, diner room, and we have a kitchen, and it's great for surfers because you can fit 8 people in the whole apartment.
Perfect.
It's good, and you can get all your boards inside.
And what about obviously families too?
Yeah, families. It's great for everybody, every kind of crowd.
All right. So, how do people get a hold of? How do they contact the hotel?
Well, they can contact us through our phone number. It's 787-872-7255, 787-872-7255, or they can go into our website.
Yep.
It's costadoradabeach.com.
Costa Brava.
Costa Dorada
Beach. Okay.
.com.
CostaDoradaBeach.com.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll have the link on our website, and we'll also have it later on, so people can see more about the hotel. So,
All right.
anything else you want to say?
Yeah, the hotel is the closest hotel here in the area to the best beaches. We have Middles, Hobos. We're close to Aguadilla, to Wilderness Surfers Beach, and even the airport. We're 15 minutes from the airport, Borinquen Airport.
Yep.
And it's awesome. It's great.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll send the link up. We'll have it on our IBA World Tour site and on our social media. So thank you for coming in and sharing.
All right. Thank you, man.
Okay, brother. Enjoy the rest of the day. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Woo, nice and smooth. Perfect. I need to go look for myself. All right, so we're back, ladies and gentlemen. The action, heat number 7, currently out in the water. We are looking at Thomas Rigby, Chase O'Leary, Jeff Hubbard, and Jacob Vandervelde. Only 2 riders have caught a wave, and they're not high-scoring waves either. Thomas Rigby, 4.38, and Chase O'Leary, 1.45. As you can tell, the conditions are not the best, but they are contestable. Jeff Hubbard and Jacob, the 2 Hawaiians, have yet to catch a wave, but these are 30-minute heats. There is a lot of time. We saw Jones Russell pretty much telling you what is possible yesterday through the trials. Last 30 seconds in 2 heats was able to pull off a advancement placing. So anything is possible all the way down to the last minute. So tuning in from all over the world, we got Kiao from Itacoatiara, Brazil, tuned in. Thomas, we know you're watching on the East Coast. Lawrence, we see you in Cornwall. Joao in Portugal. Casablanca, Morocco. Saeed and Lee in Belfast, Northern Ireland. And Badar, how do you say it? Badar, Morocco. Here we are, up and riding. Jacob Vandervelde trying to get something under his belt. We saw him in the commentator's booth earlier. He woke up early to be here for that first heat, and I give him props for pulling it off. Jacob van der Velde in the blue jersey, just trying to get something started. Nice reverse, and back he goes. Pedro, Portugal, tuned in. Caitlin is also tuned in. Oh, Lester's sister and nephew in Perth are tuned in to watch Andrew Lester. And Andrew absolutely just dominated that last heat, so congrats from your sister, Lester. Actually, can we tell Nicole that that Lester's sister and nephew are watching and congratulating him from Perth? Look at this, out the back. Thomas Rigby. Oh, he did. Thomas Rigby. Nice, clean maneuver right there. So he did. He did say hi during the interview. Caitlin, thank you for watching. Diogo Iracera, one of my favorite spots in Portugal. Chris in Cornwall. Dan Bird in Perth also tuned in. Thomas Rigby on that last wave. Let's take another look. Thomas Rigby, nice clean turn. Keeps his eyes set. And look at this. Perfect reverse off the top. Nice reverse spin from Thomas Rigby. That is probably going to be the highest score of the heat for sure. Clean maneuver from Thomas Rigby. That was actually a really solid reverse. Mehdi in Morocco. I don't know if this is the same Mehdi who's been making some tunes for me for Manny Vision, but I need more. Jeff Hubbard out the back. Nice clean bottom turn into a nice roll right there. Jeff Hubbard finally getting one wave to get his campaign started here in heat number 7. Nice clean move right there from Jeff Hubbard. Laurie in Cornwall, England. We also have Paulo in Portugal. Here's another look at Jeff Hubbard. Clean bottom turn through the lip. Nice cylindrical roll right there. Clean roll from Jeff Hubbard. So finally, Jeff Hubbard gets a wave under his belt. Pretty uncharacteristic halfway through the heat for Jeff Hubbard to get that first wave. But again, he is multi-pipeline champion and multi-world champion. So he knows what's at stake, and he knows how to compete. So solid wave riding right there from Jeff Hubbard. Got plenty of time under his belt. We have 17 minutes, 26 seconds remaining. Thank you once again from tuning in all over the world. Will Greenwood has been there from the first heat. He is still watching. Thank you for tuning in from Puerto Rico. And straight right behind the Puerto Rican flag, Eunate Aguirre. She is also one of those competitors that barely made it here on time. She had to reschedule and rebook from these flights that have been canceled or postponed. She was flying through New York, I believe, and she made it here last night. And poor Carla Costa Taylor was driving in the middle of the night back to Isabella. But look at this. Oh, with a perfect reverse on a left as doing a perfect reverse on a right. Thomas Rigby just doing a back-to-back maneuvers on that wave right there. So Thomas Rigby, he's looking good right now with a 4.38. But we're going to see what the scores look like after Jeff Hubbard's and Jacob's last wave, but Jeff Hubbard's first wave clocking in at a 6.55. So with me now in the commentators area is Terry McKenna. Tezza, how's it going, brother?
Welcome along, everyone. Yeah, day number 1 is the main event here at the Encanto Pro, and we've seen some really good surfing. I've been up there with the judges all morning, and behind the scenes with Nicole Clajero. She's doing a great job with the interviews, by the way. And we've had some really cool performances today. You would have you guys watching the webcast since this morning would have seen conditions are pretty good. I mean, the wind's a little funky, just kind of cross shore at the moment, but still some clean faces and a couple of big barrels up for grabs. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, with the conditions where they are right now, everybody's still doing an insane job. Up and riding right now. We do have Chase O'Leary Chase trying to make something happen, and we just saw Jeff Hubbard with a solid maneuver on these conditions. So, I mean, the waves are still contestable.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. And Chase O'Leary, along with Sam Bennett, golly, those guys had a tough time with Hurricane Sandy. I heard you speaking of that earlier. And those guys got, shipped around the world, basically. They came back and their boards looked, they had passport stamps from every country on the planet. But they finally made it here. Great to see Chase and Sam Bennett rocking up. But right now it is Tom Rigby, the rider in yellow, currently in the lead, 654.38, 2 top waves for that man. And here's Jacob Vandervelde. Jacob, of course, applied for the wild card here at the Encanto Pro, Manny. And I tell you what, that's a nice roll. And that's the sort of quality surfing we expected from him. And, he's just continued to improve. But right there's Jeff Hubbard. That's a clean section. And that's a big move.
Nice. Yes, Jeff Hubbard and the two Hawaiians going back-to-back with their waves right here. But Jeff Hubbard and Jacob putting together a nice, solid wave. But answering back, Thomas Rigby in the yellow jersey, holding that first place steady right now. And he's coming in the inside and does another maneuver, a roll on the inside, and does pull it off. So Thomas Rigby, Chase O'Leary. I mean, yeah, every rider had a wave exchange in that last few minutes, or actually last minute right there. So solid wave riding from all the riders.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're into round 1 at the moment. Of course, if you come first or second in this round, you'll progress instantly into round number 3. Here's the replay of Jacob Vandervelde. And have a look at this section. It was a little bumpy. He did well to negotiate the ridges on the takeoff. When he finally got in there, that's a sort of, he's really good in critical situations, Jacob Vandervelde. It's one of his strong points and hallmarks of his riding is to, do something in those big, crazy sections. Same thing with the Romero, and in fact, a lot of the Hawaiian guys, I mean, it just goes with the territory, I guess.
That's right. And, obviously it goes with this guy right here. Jeff Hubbard able to find a nice, solid lip to punch through and pull off a nice roll right there. And he's able to find another little section right there. Not super clean, but it is another maneuver on that way for Jeff Hubbard. Solid score coming in for Jeff Hubbard at a 7.03, I believe.
Yeah, well, that has taken him into the lead. Here's a replay also for Tommy Rigby, so we don't miss any of the action. You can see Tom driving it up and over for a nice roll on the outside section. A little spin to, get himself onto the inside. And good combination riding there from Rigby. That was a 5.53 from the judges. And, right now it's Jeff Hubbard in the lead. Tom Rigby sitting in second. Chase O'Leary in third. And Vandervelde is in fourth. I do believe that we've probably got a score yet to come through from Jacob's last wave. So that may, in fact, improve his position somewhat. But you can see that wind there blowing from right to left on screen, folks. And it's not causing too much problem at the moment. It just seems like middles really handles across shore.
Yeah, it's still opening up the lefts a little bit, but the rights are still holding up as well. Jacob sliding in under this one. Little quick cover-up, just the lip just sliding off of his bald head, but not much there for Jacob, so he cuts out of that one.
Yeah, that's one of the advantages, hey, of having the old shaved head, is that you don't have to worry about, the hair getting in your eyes, and you can kind of slip through those little ones, those cheeky little ones. But, yeah, Vandervelde has, his wave score did come through from the previous wave, 4.78. He's sitting in third place, and he's needing about a 7.25. And looks also like, Chase O'Leary's gone down into fourth place, needing an 8.95. I can only imagine that Karen Hunt would be sitting back in Australia. It'd be very early in the morning, Kaz, so I can imagine you're up with a little cup of tea there, pajamas are on, I can kind of picture it now, glasses sitting on the end of the nose, and watching her boy do her stuff. This is quite a common scene from right around the globe, actually, where people and family and friends, mums and dads, cousins, fans just sitting up, getting up out of bed, setting their clocks, watching their favourite riders. It's a pretty cool setup, that's for sure. And we've got, talking of fans, Manny, we've got a big fan base on Facebook at the moment, mate. Who's tuning in?
We got everybody tuning in from all over the world, including, look at this, I mean, I'll get to that, but look at everybody just on the beach. And we know Dan Worley in Florida is tuned in, and Daniel in Portugal. And how did they get that bike on the beach?
Look at that thing. That looks like it's a relic from an old... military.
Yeah,
old military one. That's right. What was that old movie where they jumped the fence in the World War II camp? And I'm going to come back at you. It's an old Steve McQueen movie.
Well, we know John in Basque Country is tuned in, going for his mate Uranga. Eric in France. We got Ricardo in Portugal. Roland is tuned in from Barbados, just one a few islands over. Silas is in the Gold Coast, but he's a Brazilian living on the Gold Coast. Lucky him.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, New York is Alan representing Barbados. So Porto, we got Francisco as well. So Teza, I'm going to go hunt down another rider to come in and sit with you.
Yeah.
So
actually, right outside, as we just see White up and running, we got Bardo. Bardo is he's a former gold medalist from the ISA World Games way
Awesome.
back. He works in industry here in Puerto Rico. He's just on the outside of the door. So if you want to sneak out, I'll put on your headgear. Bardo can come in. You can go and have yourself a little freshen up, mate. And thanks very much for being real entertaining as you always are right throughout the morning here for Manny Vargas. And how good is it to have Manny back? That's all I've got to say.
all right, you got it. I'll be back in a heat or two.
Alrighty. Well, that's the current situation on screen at the moment, folks. It is Jeff Hubbard currently in the lead. Jeff's had a 7.03, and what else is he sitting on? A 6.55. Right now, that is the rider in the white singlet, Chase O'Leary. And Chase is trying to get the rail in on that wave, but that wave just not cooperating, and poor old Chase O'Leary couldn't just cash in on it. So we're just getting settled here with a bit of a changeover from Manny Vargas. It's myself just sitting in for a heat and a half, I guess, for Manny. And, of course, we got Bardo here, and Bardo is a local guy, and we're going to have a bit of a chat to him. He works in the surfing industry here in Puerto Rico. As I said, former medalist from the ISA World Bodybuilding Games, and, he knows his stuff. So we'll get him up here shortly. Keep your little comments coming from on the Facebook page, folks, and we'll do our best to read them out as we see this man here. He's our number one wild card here in Puerto Rico. That's Jacob Vanderveld from Hawaii. Jacob, a little tied up, and in fact, that will probably be called incomplete from the judges because you really need to kind of ride out in front of those suds to get the big scores. So 8 minutes remaining. A couple of little scores dropping at the moment. Around about 8 minutes on the clock. Chase O'Leary in fourth place, needing an 8.95. So Chase has got a bit of work to do. Sitting in third place in the blue singlet, Jacob Vanderveld, needing a 7.25. His last score hasn't come in, but it's not going to fall in that sort of category. Tom Rigby sitting in second. That's the current leaderboard on screen, folks. Tommy needing a 7.08 to take the lead from an in-form Jeff Hubbard from Hawaii. As I welcome officially to the commentary booth, is it Bardo? Bardo.
Somerset.
Yeah. This is only a shortened version of your real name. What's the full version?
Of what?
You're actually is it Aus Bardo?
Evaristo.
Baristo. Okay.
Yes,
Gracias. I should have said, ¿Cómo te llamas?
Evaristo.
Sí.
Evaristo.
I gotcha. So
Eva. Just call me Eva for short.
Okay, perfecto. Well, mate, it's your first time in the commentary booth here on an IBA World Tour event, and what are your thoughts about the competition here in the Encanto Pro?
Super stoked, bro. It's the consecutive second year that you guys stop in Puerto Rico, so we're super proud. Our kids are super stoked. It's really good to see it, that we finally got the EVA, and it just stopping here in Puerto Rico. We got the great wave, we got the talent, lots of good competition, so we're super stoked and happy, man. Welcome to the island.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it, and we just love it here in Puerto Rico. And do you live on this part of the island? What's your local break?
Well, I actually live next to San Juan, which is Bayamon. And my hunt spot is Hallows, actually.
Okay, cool. You guys have got so many good waves. So look into the camera there and say good day to some of the locals, mate, because we're on screen at the moment. So, Terry McKenna here, and we've got a host of locals and legends throughout the day, folks, as we take you through day number one of the main event of the Encanto Pro. We've seen some big names fall. In fact, got this little list here in front of me. And so far, well, there's, as we go back to live action, that is a big, strong roll there from the rider in yellow. And it might be just the one single manoeuvre, and that looks like it was Tom Rigby, who needed about a 7-point ride to take the lead.
Little shot there also of Chase O'Leary getting a little frothy one. Take us through this, Vado.
Boom, nice. Flip in, but unlucky he did not make it.
Well, we're going to see, the likes of Mark McCarthy, Dave Hubbard, Trevor Cam, and Barry Quinones have all been pushed into round number 2 here, which could be surfed this afternoon. Jones Russell, Uri Valadea, Dallas Singer, and Hasten Carry-On. Right now, they're looking at Sammy Bennett on screen. Big shout out to Margot down under. She'd be at Port Macquarie once again, sitting there with her, one of those little. With a little nightie on and a cup of tea, watching her son do their stuff. It's pretty cool, hey, the old webcast, how people can tune in from all around the globe.
Nice.
Yeah,
I was watching it last night, and you guys were doing a great job, actually. It was pretty solid to see a couple of rounds. Unfortunately, a couple of local kids didn't make it, but I know they're stoked just to be in the competition and have you guys see what we got to offer. So pretty good stuff coming.
Yeah, nice, mate. Well, you work in outside of the webcast booth here. You work in the surfing industry here in Puerto Rico. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's correct. I sales rep a couple brands. I do Ruka Clothing, Olukai Premium Footwear, Canon Polarized. So super excited and super happy to be blessed with such a great brand.
Yeah, that's right. And what's the bodyboarding scene like here in Puerto Rico? Do you feel like it's starting to really step up a little since we bought the World Tour here a couple of years ago?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we always have lots of talent. I would say that we are more bodyboarders than surfers. And back in the days, in my days, it was great to see sometimes kind of like 40, 50, 60, 70 competitors in the Surfing Federation local tour. And today is amazing how many good talent that we got, like Bobby Quinones that is always been around, Rafa Rivera, Huillo, lots of potential.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, got the likes of Jorge Coloma has been doing pretty good on the World Tour as well.
Jorge, actually, we call him El Colo. And Colo is being around, man. He's doing the tour. He's here and there. Oh, there he goes.
Well, that is currently heat leader Jeff Hubbard from Hawaii. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get Jorge in. He's one of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet, isn't he? Such a gentleman, Jorge Coloma.
Yeah, he's super humble, very clean. He has a great surf, super clean surfing. And there's a lot of coming on from him. You will see a lot of stuff, good stuff coming on from him.
Yeah, that's right. Well, speaking of good stuff, this is Jacob Vandervelde from Hawaii. Take us through this one.
Yeah, he's looking for speed. Nice flip. Oh, take the white cycle. Didn't make it. Oh, here he is.
Yeah, well, you've got to kind of kick out. Yeah, judges really like to see those clean exits. And right now in the white singlet, this is Chase O'Leary. This kid's from Port Macquarie in Australia. And Port Macquarie, of course, has been the home of Damien King and Jones Russell and Eppo back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a spot that's really been famous for churning out quality bodyboarders, and a couple of world champions have come from there.
Australian are dominating out there. You see that from my days from Eppo. Oh, we got Jeff Hobart right there. Nice and clean, Ember. He's the master on that. So,
and a little spin there just to show control. We might even try and drag that one back out of the hard drive for Ren and the guys in the webcast booth, doing a fantastic job, and look a little more intimately at the style of that former world champion. Jeff is still in the race for the world title for 2012. But he's, we've still got a couple of people in it. Dave Winchester from Australia is currently leading the tour, and you've got the likes of Jeff Hubbard and GT and a few others. We're going to go through the replays. This is the replay of an early wave for Jacob Vandervelde, and you can see him just throw it up and over, and he kind of just got chewed up in the suds there. He did try to work hard to get out, but in the end he got caught behind, and the judges will be interesting to see the way that they score that. Maybe deemed a bit of an incomplete ride. In fact, we'll just have a look on screen here, and that, was only a 3.83, so it doesn't fall in the top two. Here's a replay from White.
Nice. Pretty good, clean flip.
And that was Chase O'Leary. Just going back through the hard drive, folks, pulling up a couple of waves. We did have a mega exchange there where it was just rapid-fire surfing, so we're breaking it down for you. But this was the big one. And have a look at this for a strong bottom turn. Bam! Look at the height on that.
That
is so perfect.
So clean.
and then use a little bit of backwash to his assist to do a nice little spin there just to finish off and show the judges, as I said, he was in total control. So great little bunch of replays there. Look, when the dust settled, it's still Jeff Hubbard in the lead. Jeff's had a 6.55 and a 7.03. I got a feeling that last wave hasn't come through the system yet. So maybe the judges also have a replay screen up in the judges area. So maybe they wanted to see that way before they threw the score. But there's a little shot of the crowd, folks, here in Puerto Rico. It's a beautiful day. A little windy, but nonetheless, still some waves around. We're coming down to the closing stages of this one. About 25 seconds remaining. It looks like Jeff Hubbard in the lead ahead of Tom Rigby at the moment. Van Velde needing an 8.55. That's a pretty big score to get on a day like today, Butter.
Yep.
And Chase O'Leary in what they call a combination situation. That means he needs 2 waves, and with just 10 seconds remaining, that's not going to happen. This kid here, Tommy Rigby, as he was like a child prodigy from Australia. Came through when he was like 14, 15.